All right, so the New World Open Beta has only a few hours left. It is winding down. Um, I played kind of casually. This will be my fourth beta slash release that I have played. Um, my thoughts on the MMO so far is that it is a solid MMO. It has a lot of potential, but it could use some improvement, like every game out there. No game is perfect. Um, what I'm looking forward to the most is the fact that this is going to be a fresh MMO, unlike other MMOs. Eve Online, for a prime example, or Warcraft, for another prime example. You do not have a company or a mega guild that essentially owns the game slash server that you are on. I will bring Eve Online into this conversation again. It was a solid game when I went into it back in 2007. I enjoyed the game immensely. However, over time, there were certain corporations, Goon Swarm, Test, that made it their personal mission to destroy the game. Um, we will not see this in the launch of New World. There will not be mega corporations, guilds, companies anywhere to be found. Everybody will be starting out from scratch. That is a solid plus. This being the fourth time I have been part of a beta slash alpha slash preview, I am kind of tired of doing the starter quest. As you can see on the video here, I got up to level 20, almost 21, which I could have gotten a lot farther if I so chose. But again, fourth time doing these starter quests, they're getting a little repetitive. We need the game to launch. I need something to look forward to. I focused this playthrough more on crafting than the prior playthroughs. One thing I found to be difficult slash annoying were things that you had to get directly from the provision crates, like lemons, apples, sandpaper, etc. Um, the drop rate I found to be lacking. I had to abandon a few town quests because I was not able to find the materials needed for the quest out of the crates after several hours of going through little town to little town. As far as PvP goes, I didn't really participate much in PvP. I did. I found that it was a 1 versus 3, 4, or 5 people. The 1 being me, and the 4 or 5 other people being them. So that one as well as one could expect in that situation. The fact that I was able to reach level 20 casually, questing and harvesting, it's an okay rate. I think they could slow down the EXP a little bit. I feel leveling from 1 to 20 was a little too easy. I also feel that if I so chose during the 3 days of this game, I could have made it to the mid 40s if I seriously pushed it, which is a little bit of a letdown. I feel like there should be a lot more work put into the leveling system. Again, that was a mixture of questing and crafting. I do like the fact that you can level and keep up with a quester via crafting. That is a good thing. As you can see in this video, I don't exactly have my settings on Ultra because I want smooth video. I would rather have a smooth video over good quality. So I jacked the graphics down. Yeah, even on lower settings, it still looks good. I have everything on medium right now. However, the character customization is sorely, sorely, sorely lacking. I only had a couple of hairstyles to choose from. Only a few hair colors to choose from. Only a few eye colors to choose from. Let me zoom in on my character. We got facial tattoos, which are great, but again, very limited in that aspect. Bringing to the faction that I am in, the Marauders, the popular faction throughout all the playthroughs that I've ever done seems to be the Syndicate. This isn't anything that Amazon can change. It's purely up to the players and probably a preference of the color of the faction. The greater majority of the players on this medium pop server were Syndicate. Very few green players, i.e. Marauders. With me in comms now is another player, Lancelot, who was a little bit more casual than me. Only got to level 17. If you would be so kind as to give your thoughts, that would be great.
The game is pretty solid. It runs on the old Cry engine, an updated version of it. So the game looks like, that style in particular of that engine. Looks great. Runs really well for even my poor 980, which might be a few years old, and she's not the greatest out there anymore. But I still can run the game on high and get good frames. In town is going to be poor, but that's usual. As with any game, I mean, going even if FF14, you go into town, your frame rates will drop. So it's just normal. It is a brand new MMO, which is nice. I have been on the cutting floor of several over the years. Terra being one of them. Can't quite remember the others off the top of my head. Dolphus was an older one. FF11 and FF14. I was brand new on both of those as well. So again, some of the more popular MMOs, I have been there since the beginning. And so, as usual, you don't get all the big groups there, and it's kind of fun to be there from the very start. Be like, ha, I was there when it started, before it even got popular.
Strength untempered by reason.
Overall, leveling rate seemed to be pretty good. Could be maybe toned by about 10-15%, a little slower. Otherwise, it felt pretty good pace. I was busy a lot, so I wasn't able to be on as much as I would like to have been. And I still reached 17, 18. So, the level 17 alone was just pure crafting. Like, I went out and gathered materials, came back, and just sat there and processed it and looked at my XP bar and going, oh. So leveling by crafting, that's kind of a newish thing. I think a couple of games have done that. It's actually really wonderful, especially when you can see that going out and looting things is not going to be the main way you equip yourself. Like, early on it will be, because obviously you're not going to have anything. But the late game stuff is all crafted material. It's not going to come from your faction. It's not going to come from out and raiding. It's going to be you being it yourself, or you bought it off to someone else who did. That's awesome.
Let me poke in here real quick. I do enjoy the fact that crafting is a viable end level option. We'll take a prior game, an old game, World of Warcraft, for example. You spent months upon months grinding out, say, your tailoring, for example, and you created quite possibly the best robe that you could get in the tailoring tree, and that took
Yeah.
weeks to get because of the cooldowns on the specific cloth for said expansion pack, only to come and find that compared to something that you get from a non-heroic level raid is shit.
Yeah, like I mean, WoW was the biggest offender of that. Where, yeah, there was crafting. It was there. It wasn't the main part of the game. Like it existed, but that was it. It became a shadow of its former self. Uh, Maybe early on when WoW first started, cool. I was like, I hated WoW from the very start because I was a Warcraft 3 fan and was really would like to see Warcraft 4, but WoW kind of took that away.
Overall, from what I see from New World, is it's going to be a solid MMO.
The classless system. Oh, the whole thing about being classless
yes,
is
that is a good thing.
wonderful.
There are a lot of people on the Steam forums who are essentially toxic. Um, I honestly feel that no matter what MMO they play, no matter what game they play, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it sucks. This is an awesome." Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, and you need to ignore those people because they get off on trolling and all that stuff. Look for the positive comments on this game. Again,
Or the current ones that are constructive criticism.
yes.
The actual straight
Again,
up
it
trolls. The constructive criticism.
does need a little bit of work. I will give it that. It's not perfect, but then again, what MMO is perfect? Name one MMO that is 100% perfect, and I'll give you a fucking cookie. I will literally. I don't care. I'll swim across the fucking Atlantic Ocean and give you a fucking goddamn Rocky Road cookie if you can name one MMO that is completely perfect. Do it. Um, but yeah, so this was my little take on New World. It has only a few hours left to the open beta. Um, I enjoyed the open beta. I enjoyed the closed beta. I enjoyed the alpha. I enjoyed the preview after the alpha. Well, it needs to fucking launch on the goddamn 28th, all stinking
Yeah,
ready.
it does. It really needs. This needs to come
I'm
out.
tired of these
It,
pushbacks.
it
It,
might
it
be it might be a little on the um
chunky side.
yeah, it needs maybe a little bit of work, maybe a little bit of optimization, but otherwise the game's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I'd rather have a few patches. I'd rather have a launch day patch. I'd rather have a couple patches daily after the launch than another 2-3 month pushback. Because I'm tired of the betas. This is my fourth one. I'm tired of it. Launched the bloody game already. So gonna add to this recording real quickly. For some dumb reason, I keep wanting to call Monarch's Bluff Thunder Bluff. Can't find a good burger anywhere in that town.